Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another very important and interesting topic today. And today's topic is on Ishta Devata. A lot has been said on YouTube, on the internet about Ishta Devata, and people are very keen, very interested to know about their Ishta Devata. First of all, we need to understand what Ishta Devata is and why is it so important to find one's Ishta Devata. So Ishta Devata is nothing but your favorite god whom you probably have had a connection since many past births. And another very important thing why Ishta Devata is dear to all humans is that Ishta Devata is the Devata who is believed to give moksha, or the final nirvana, as what you say in other terms, to the human soul. So it's liberation, pretty much what Ishta Devata is the ultimate goal for, and people go to Ishta Devata. Of course, one does go to the Ishta Devata in case of troubles in his day-to-day life as well, and it's believed that Ishta Devata comes to the rescue of major problems in one's life. But then again, the ultimate objective of going to the Ishta Devata is the final liberation, or moksha, or nirvana as some people call it. So that's the reason why we all need to know who our Ishta Devata is, and how to connect with him, and how to pray to him. That is extremely important. Normally it is seen that one is generally, naturally attracted towards his Ishta Devata, and like I said earlier as well, that it is probably because of the connection of the human soul with his Ishta Devata, not only in this present birth but the past several births. We Hindus do believe that we've had births, and we have 8.4 million kinds of possible births. Not necessarily you'll have those. So that's another discussion. We'll not get into that. But the most important thing today is to how to find the Ishta Devata and who our Ishta Devata is, and how to connect with our Ishta Devatas. So now, as far as the Jyotish scriptures go, one way of finding the Ishta Devata is directly, go to your birth chart and see your fifth house, and that's the traditional way of finding your Ishta Devata. And whichever planet is placed there, or an aspect, or the rulership of the zodiac sign, which is represented to the fifth house, is your Ishta Devata. That's the traditional way of going to your Ishta Devata. The other way, which has been described by the great sage Gemini, is find out who your Atmakaraka is. And people who are not familiar with your Atmakaraka is the planet which holds the highest degrees in your birth chart, and then see where their Atmakaraka is placed in the Navamsha, or the D9 chart, and 12th from it, the 12th zodiac sign of it, is going to give us an indication as to what the Ishta Devata is. That's been given to us by the great sage Gemini. And how we do it is, again, see the 12th house from the Karakamsa. Karakamsa is nothing but the zodiac sign in the Navamsha where the Atmakaraka is placed. The Atmakaraka again is the planet with the highest degrees in the Rashi chart, and then go 12th house from it, and then see what zodiac sign it represents, what planets are aspecting, what planets are sitting. And in case there are multiple planets, you'll see which of the planets is the more stronger planet, and then based on that you'll determine who your Ishta Devata is based on the planets. Now this is just the planet, so Ishta Devata is the connection of that planet with that deity, particular god. So it's very important, critical for us to know as to what is the connection of the planets with the deities. deities, because in a birth chart we find out the Ishta Devata based on the first find out the planet which is influencing one, the Rashi chart, the fifth house of the Rashi chart. Second way which has been given to us by the sage Gemini is 12th from the Karakamsa, but then they don't show us the god, the deity, they just show us the planets. So we need to know what is the connection of the planets with the deities so that we can find out who our Ishta Devata is. So as per Parashar, this is the connection what he is given as far as the planets is concerned with the deities. And the great sage Parashara has given the connection as follows. He said that Agni or fire is related to the planet Sun. Varuna, who is the god of the seas or the god of water, Lord Varuna is connected with the planet Moon. So in other words, if you find out who your Ishta Devata is, either through the traditional method of going to the fifth house directly and finding out, or going through and following the Gemini principles, in case the planet involved is the planet Sun, then the connection as per Sage Parashara is Agni, or in other words fire. In case it's Moon, then the connection with that god of Moon is Varuna, or the god of the seas or water, whatever you call it. In case it's Mars, as per Sage Parashara, the connection is with Subramanya or Kartikeya, as some people call him, who is the son of Lord Shiva, following Ganesh, of course. And then in case the planet of the Ishta Devata, either through the Rashi chart or through the Navamsha chart as given by Sage Gemini, the connection with the planet Mercury is with Mahavishnu. So there's a slight distinction. Please be very careful about the word Mahavishnu. He has not mentioned Vishnu. He has mentioned Mahavishnu for some particular reason. So Mahavishnu is what has been described here with the planet Mercury. With the planet Jupiter, Sage Parashara has mentioned that the connection of the planet Jupiter is with Lord Indra, who's the Lord of the heavens as well. In case the planet is Venus, then the connection of Venus is with Shachi Devi or Indrani, who's the consort of Lord Indra. So Thursday is ruled by, or I'm sorry, not Thursday, but the planet Jupiter is ruled by Indra, and the planet Venus is ruled by the wife of Indra, who's Shachi, or some people call her as Indrani as well. As far as the planet Saturn is concerned, Lord Brahma is connected with the planet Saturn as per Sage Parashara. So he's mentioned this in his Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, the connection of the planets with the deities. With Sun it is Agni, with Moon it is Varuna, with Mars it is Subramanya or Kartikeya, with Mercury it is Mahavishnu, with Jupiter it is Indra, with Venus, the planet Venus, it is Indrani or Shachi, who is the consort of wife or wife of Lord Indra. And with Saturn, it is, with the planet Saturn, it is Lord Brahma. So that's the connection which, and once again, why do we need to find the connection? Because first, we can find out the Ishta Devata through planets in our birth chart, either through the Rashi chart or through the Navamsha chart as given by Sage Gemini, and then try to connect these planets with the deities as given by the Maharishis. Now, Gemini has a slight variation as far as the planets are concerned. As per his Upadesha Sutras, Sage Gemini has mentioned that Surya is in connection with Lord Shiva. Now, there's a slight variation here. He has not mentioned Agni as mentioned by the great Sage Parashara. Not that Sage Parashara is wrong or Sage Gemini is wrong. It's just like a different way of representing it. And with the planet Moon, he has made a connection with Gauri, who is the consort of Lord Shiva, instead of Varuna as mentioned by Sage Parashara. With the planet Venus, he is indicated that it's the rulership is goddess Lakshmi, as compared to the goddess Shachi Devi or Indrani given by sage Parashara. With the planet Mars, he has the same connection, which is Skanda or Subramanya or Kartikeya, as some people call it. So there's no variation as far as the planet Mars is concerned. Both sage Gemini and sage Parashara are on the same page as far as Mars is concerned. Subramanya, there's no confusion here. Now, as far as the planet Mercury is concerned, once again, there is no confusion here. Sage Gemini as well as sage Parashara both have given the planet Mercury's connection with Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. However, with Saturn, also sage Gemini has mentioned there's a connection, or the rulership of Saturn is with Vishnu. He has not mentioned Lord Brahma as given by the great sage Parashara. So there's a slight variation here. With the planet Jupiter, he has mentioned Shiva as the ruling deity of the planet Jupiter. Once again, just like Lord Shiva's connection with the planet Sun, both he has given a connection with Lord Shiva. With the planet Jupiter, he has made a slight distinction here. He has said Samba Shiva, which is another form of Shiva, as the ruling deity for the planet Jupiter, as compared, if you see the comparison with Lord or sage Parashara. Sage Parashara has mentioned as Indra being the ruling deity of the planet Jupiter. So there's a slight distinction here. With Rahu, sage Gemini has mentioned that the ruling deity is Durga, and with Ketu, sage Gemini has mentioned the ruling deity is Lord Ganesha. So this was what the sages have described as to the connection of the planets with the deities. And why it's important, because our today's topic of discussion is about Ishta Devata, not the planets. So once we find the planets, based on whatever principles we apply to find out which planet is mostly strong, either in the Rashi chart in the 5th house or 12th from the Karakamsha, first find out the planets, and then we have to look at the deities. And then both the sages have given us their description of the connection of planets with the deities, so we have to remember that part as well. Also, sage Parashara has mentioned in his scriptures that the avatar of Rama has come through the planet Surya. So if you want to find the deity as far as the connection of the planet is concerned, for sun or Surya, you can go to Lord Rama. For moon, he has said the Krishna's avatar is from the planet moon. So you can go to the planet, you can go to the god or deity Krishna as far as the planet moon is concerned. If moon comes up as giving us a description of who the Ishta Devata could be. For the planet Mars, he has mentioned Narasimha, the Narasimha avatar of Lord Vishnu. For the planet Mercury, he has mentioned Lord Buddha as the avatar of Lord Vishnu through the planet Buddha. From the planet Guru, the avatar or the incarnation of Vishnu is through that Vamana avatara. From the planet Venus, the Vishnu avatara is through Parashurama. From Saturn, the connection or the avatar of Vishnu is of Kurma, so it's Kurma avatara. And from the planet Rahu, it is Varaha avatara. So basically Varaha is an avatar of Lord Vishnu through the planet Rahu. And from Ketu, it is of Meena, which is the fish avatara. So the fish avatara occurred through the planet Ketu, but that is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu himself. So this is also a connection. So in case you want to go to your deities or the Ishta Devata and you find the planet Sun involved there, then you can go to Rama. There's a connection of the planet Moon, then Krishna. If it's Mars, then it's Narsimha. If it's Mercury, then it's Lord Buddha. If it's Jupiter, it is Vamana. If it is Venus, then it's Parashurama. If it's Saturn, then it's Kurma Avatara. If it's Rahu, it's Varaha Avatara. And if it's Ketu, it's the Fish Avatara, which is the Meena Avatara. And there are different mantras which are prescribed in the ancient scriptures. This video is too small to discuss all those mantras in this video, but this was a little discussion as to how you can approach your Ishta Devata. Now there are scholars, Vedic scholars, who have also connected Lord Vishnu to Sun, Goddess Parvati to Moon, Lord Hanuman to Mars, Goddess Gauri to Venus, Lord Hanuman again to Saturn. So there could be slight variations, but the purpose of my videos is basically going into the scriptures and doing a lot of research. A lot of effort has been put in my videos, and I try to get maximum out of what the ancient scriptures have mentioned, not just a cut and paste or any Vedic scholar's opinion. I respect their opinion, but my videos will have what is mentioned in the scriptures. So today I've explained you what has been mentioned in the scriptures, how to find your Ishta Devata, and what is the connection of the planet so that you can find the right Ishta Devata you can go to, both from sage Parashura's perspective and sage Gemini's perspective. And of course there are scholars who have other opinions about how to find the Ishta Devata. There's a Varga chart, or a divisional chart, known as the D20 chart, and D20 chart is, or that D20 Varga chart is nothing but for spirituality. That is a chart for spirituality. So a lot of Vedic scholars have interpreted their own way to finding Ishta Devata. They said, okay, since the D20 chart is a chart, or the Varga chart, which is related to one's spirituality, so why don't we find out the Ishta Devata from the D20 chart? So what they do is they go to the D20 chart and find out what the fifth house is, and based on what planets are placed in the fifth house, or what's the aspects and what's the rulership of that zodiac of the fifth house in the D20 chart, they try to find out what the Ishta Devata is. That's one way of looking at it. I'm not criticizing their way, but that's I respect those Vedic scholars' opinions. Another way, some scholars have found out that instead of finding the Ishta Devata from the fifth house of the D20 chart, they actually find out where the Atmakaraka, which you can find out from the Rashi chart, is placed in the D20 chart, and try to find out the Ishta Devata based on 12th house from where the Atmakaraka is placed in the D20 chart, just like they did it for the D9 chart. And the logic again by these scholars is, since D20 is more appropriate to find out the Ishta Devata, it's more appropriate to find out the Ishta Devata. Why? Because they feel D20 chart is related, or is specifically created for spirituality or spiritual purposes. So instead of going to the D9 chart and trying to figure out the Ishta Devata based on 12th house from the Karakamsha, or 12th house from where the Atma Karaka is placed in the D9 chart, they would rather go to the D20 chart and see where the Atma Karaka is placed, and go to the 12th house from where the Atma Karaka is placed in the D20 chart, and then see what planets are placed, what zodiac sign is the rulership, and what's the aspect, and then try to figure out as to what the Ishta Devata is. But then that's something which one can go and experiment, and I don't think one should experiment a lot, but there is a natural connection with all of us, with a particular god, particular deity, whom he feels closest to, whom he feels more comfortable going to. And I've discussed various ways to find out the Ishta Devata. I've discussed various connections of the planets with the deities. So it's up to the audience how to approach this difficult subject of finding the Ishta Devata, what they're looking for as far as Ishta Devata is concerned, what desires they have from the Ishta Devata, whether it's material desires or the final liberation of the soul, which is moksha. That's all up to an individual. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. In the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic very soon. Goodbye.